Hello there, investors. Colby, the DGI Crab here, coming to you here later in the week with another excellent question that I got via email at dgicrab@yahoo.com. Please feel free to email me any questions that you have regarding investing, specifically dividend growth investing. Um, this was a very interesting back and forth that I had with a viewer regarding retirement accounts, what to put in the different types of retirement accounts, when to withdraw from those, etc. So I'm not a tax expert. I'm not a licensed financial advisor. So what I'm going to share with you in this video shouldn't necessarily be construed as financial advice. This is my plan. This is my order of operations. This is my plan of attack for my own retirement. If you think that I'm off base on any of this stuff, please leave me a comment below and let me know if you've got some better ideas regarding retirement. I consider my own personal expertise more along the lines of acquiring high quality dividend growth income in my brokerage account so I can retire off of that income, and then the retirement accounts that I contribute to will just be icing on the cake when the time comes where I can access that money without any penalties. So without further ado, let's jump into it. So these are the retirement accounts that I have. So I've got the standard brokerage, which isn't technically a retirement account. That's just, your normal non-retirement brokerage, whatever you happen to be using, whether it be Robinhood or SoFi or Schwab or Vanguard or Webull. There's a lot of great options out there. Then a lot of you will have a 401k, which is your tax deferred retirement account, meaning that you contribute a portion of your paycheck into the retirement account. You do not pay taxes on the income that goes into that. It's taken out of your paycheck, so it lowers your tax bill right now, and then you pay taxes on the money when you take it out when you're at the retirement age of 59 and a half. That's the earliest you can take it out without penalty. And then there's a Roth IRA, which I have. A Roth IRA is money that you put into an account after you've paid taxes on that money. And all of the growth that happens in the Roth IRA thereafter all occurs tax-free. So here's my plan of attack, let's just say. So starting with my brokerage. Some people will refer to this as a bridge account, meaning it's you might be able to retire before age 59 and a half when you can start accessing your Roth IRA and your 401k funds without penalty, that you just live off of the brokerage account between whatever age that you retire early, let's say, and the time you can access that money. My plan is to live off of the dividend income in my brokerage account without even worrying about what's taking place within the 401k or the Roth IRA. Like I said, that's just a cherry on top for me. So is anything that I may end up getting with Social Security. Who knows? I'm in my early 40s. There's a lot of time between now and Social Security collecting for me, a good solid 20 years at least. So more than 20 years. And who knows, they'll probably end up pushing that age back on me. We'll see what's even there. So Social Security isn't even something that I'm planning on. That'll just be a bonus if I can get it. So by living off of the dividend income, I want to point out, so as a lot of you know, if you're new to the channel, I'll let you know that this channel, the theme of it is I focus on 60 high quality dividend growth stocks. And that is the entire focus of my portfolio, and those stocks are purchased based on my age range and my time horizon. Now, without going into all of them, I just want to point out that 54 of the 60 stocks pay qualified dividend income. which means that if it is my only source of income, so thinking about like early retirement, say it's my only source of income, if I'm a single filer, the first $47,000 and change this year would be tax free. If I'm filing jointly as a married couple, it would be the first $94,000 and change would be tax free. Now that if you're still working and you're reporting other types of income as well on your taxes, that goes above the $47,000 threshold, then the qualified dividend income as of right now gets taxed at 15%, which is still a lot better than just normal income rates. Whether or not you have any, different states may have different rates for the state taxes part of that. Again, I'm not a tax professional, so you'll want to know what's going on in the state that you live in and how they tax that as well. But I'm just kind of giving you the overview on the federal side. Now, the REITs, the real estate investment trusts, and the BDCs, the business development companies, are not qualified dividend income. So those 6 stocks in the group of 60 are American Tower, AMT, Realty Income, O, Essex Properties, ESS, NNN REIT, NNN, and then Ares Capital, ARCC, and Main Street Capital, MAIN. AMT is the only stock that's not in the tier 4 group for the 54 years of age and older investors, and that one is in the tier 3 for 42 to 53. I don't focus on these types of funds for my regular brokerage or my bridge account at all. If I purchase any of this stuff, if it looks like it's on sale, I'm putting it in my Roth IRA. So that way, it doesn't matter that the dividend income is qualified versus non-qualified. All of the dividends and the share price growth and just all of that appreciation in the Roth grows tax-free. So that's just where I put those 6 particular stocks. I'm not adding any of those to my regular brokerage as of this time. Now, when I hit age 54, if I haven't reached my goal just yet of dividend income that my brokerage is paying out, and I see some good opportunities to buy those, then I might not be quite as concerned about the tax rate on those at that point and start adding a little bit of them in there. But for right now, I'm not. So my goal with my brokerage is I want to be getting a minimum of $40,000 per year in dividend income, and I want the overall growth rate on that dividend income without dividend reinvestment, just dividend increases from the companies, to be a solid 8%, if not better. And with the mix of the different stocks that this channel focuses on, I believe I should be able to attain that. Now for the 401k, this is sort of a personal thing for me. My personal 401k, I'm not thrilled with. I don't have a very wide selection of funds to choose from to invest in. There's some decent ones in there. I just have 5 mutual funds in there. The vast majority of that money is going into a large cap growth oriented fund. And then I have a smattering in there for a mid cap, a small cap, an international, and just like a value fund, like a large cap value fund. Thinking like kind of those tier 3 stocks that has a lot of like Procter & Gamble, Pepsi, just those kind of steady players. So this is the tax deferred account, and with a 401k, now my 401k, I don't put a ton of money into it just because I'm not super thrilled with those options. I focus more on my Roth IRA, where I have loads of options. I've got stocks and ETFs and mutual funds and just all kinds of things that I can choose from there. So my 401k is probably not going to be as significant as a lot of people's 401ks will be. A lot of people, their 401k might be their largest source of stock holdings because you can just passively invest into it. You don't even really see the money hitting your bank account because it all just gets plunked in there by your employer before you even get paid. But for me, this is going to be the very first account that I withdraw from. Like I said, I'm hopefully living off of my dividends well before age 59 and a half. But for me, again, this is just my plan of attack. This may not make the most sense for you, but what I will end up doing is when I hit 59 and a half and I can start withdrawing from this 401k, without penalty, I will just be living off of those funds up until the point they're depleted. I will turn the dividend reinvestment back on, very likely across the board on my brokerage account. That drip is going to give me even more dividend income increases in my brokerage while I'm living off that 401k money. And then finally, the Roth IRA. So as I said, this is where I have the non-qualified dividend payers, the REITs, the BDCs. That's a big focus of my Roth IRA, and I pair that with growth. And I'm doing that with VIG, Vanguard's Dividend Appreciation Fund, and SCHG, Schwab's Large Cap Growth Fund. So I'm getting a lot of share price appreciation, but anytime I have an opportunity to add a quality REIT or BDC at a great price, I'm not putting that in the brokerage. I'm just adding that into the Roth IRA. Tax-free growth for life. There's no minimum withdrawal requirements on this. With the 401k, you will eventually have to make minimum withdrawals from it. The government did not tax you on your income that you were putting in there. They eventually want to get some taxes out of that, so you can't just sit on it and not take money out of it forever. You will eventually have to take out certain amounts of it every single month and pay the taxes on it at that point in time. With a Roth, you don't have to do that. That can sit in there, grow tax-free, untouched up until the point you're dead. So that's going to be the last leg of my retirement. What my hope is that the money that I put in there is money that's eventually going to go to charity or my family when I pass on. That's really the way that I look at it. If I absolutely have to use it for myself, if a lot of things go poorly or I live to be 120 and I deplete some of my other funds, then maybe I will have to use it a little bit. I won't feel bad if I do, but that's going to be a last resort. I'm hoping that that's just money that I don't have to touch, and I can leave that to family, and I can leave it to some charity. So that is my order of attack. That's how I'm viewing my own retirement. It might not be the exact order of attack that you would use, because again, you might have a 401k with some really great options in it that you might want to hold on to longer. You might not opt to invest into a Roth IRA, for one, because maybe your 401k plan has a really generous match from your employer. It has a lot of great options in it, and that's just where your primary focus is going to be, and you don't need the Roth. You might make too much money to invest in a Roth IRA. There is an income threshold where you're not able to invest into a Roth IRA if you make too much money. So again, not an expert on all of that. That is some stuff that I'm going to leave that up to you to do your own due diligence and decide which of these makes the most sense for you. But again, for me, it's going to be dividend income from the brokerage. And then at 59 and a half, I'll pause from hitting that account hard and take money out of the 401k. And hopefully I won't have to touch the Roth IRA. So that's it, you guys. Great question from a viewer. I hope that this is a good response. I wanted to answer this one in depth. Please email me any questions you have, dgicrab@yahoo.com. I will always respond to you via email. And if I feel like the answer is a little bit longer than a few sentences, then might be a video that I end up making. This is the kind of content that I love making. And I want this to be an interactive channel where you can ask me things and actually get a detailed response. Links in the video description below to the videos on each of the 4 tiers where I outline the 60 individual dividend growth stocks that this channel focuses on. Patience and perseverance accomplish all things when it comes to dividend growth stock investing. So be patient, look for values, and enjoy doing it. Dividend growth stock investing is fun. Catch you next time.